All right, what's up, people? I'm back. As you can see, today is Friday. Now, I did promise you guys I would do the video about does dancing help you get hot girls, but I decided we're gonna do that video on Sunday because that video could probably be 15 to 20 minutes, and Sunday would be officially my day off from work. As you know, I have to work 4 days in a row for the second straight week. And I decided I'm gonna do a video today before I head into work 3 or 4 hours from now. And today's YouTube video is gonna be another sex game video. Sex game is where I take a combination of sex and dating and fitness and combine the two. And what do we get? Sex game. Sex talk is where I just talk about nothing but just straight sex and dating and the problems that men and women have with one another. Sex game is where I take a combination of those subjects and combine them into one element. Today we're going to talk about fitness, the 4 different levels of fitness, because we have this thing on the internet where some people believe that being buff, being bigger and stronger physically sexually attracts women. And then there's some guys who believe I need to be ripped, or some guys believe I need to be jacked, or some guys believe I need to be lean to physically sexually attract women. And you see, we're here to talk about which level of fitness actually gets the most attention from women, and what is considered real and what's considered a misconception, and things of that nature. Now let's go with the basic principles in this video, because Mr. Ghost, yeah, there's a guy named Mr. Ghost, that told me he liked some of these videos. Now just understand, Mr. Ghost, you may love my videos, but we don't want your girlfriend to one day catch you watching these videos and you gotta explain to her that, yeah, bad boy Alex made these badass videos, and we don't want your girlfriend to get the wrong impression about what it is that I do on the internet, because some people might take this the wrong way and not understand where I'm coming from. And then I might hear names like I'm an asshole, I'm a jerk, he just doesn't understand women, that type of shit. So you might want to be very careful who you let watch these videos, because I don't want you to one day come home from work and your woman look at you with that angry look like, so you watching this guy's videos. And then you might not be able to take her out to lunch and dinner, and then she might give you a hard time at work. And yeah, so you gotta be very careful who you show these videos to, because these videos is for a mature audience with extreme adult content. And some of the stuff I put in these videos, they're not for you to laugh at as in comedy mischief. Yeah, I do comedy mischief. It's just to educate younger men who may not understand what they're dealing with, because these pickup artists and these dating coaches don't want to tell you the truth. So it's become my job when it shouldn't have not become my job, but it's my job. So you see what I'm dealing with. Now let's get to the funniest part of the video, shall we? Being lean doesn't mean you're skinny and puny and weak. Being lean means you're strong, you're powerful, you're in athletic shape. Most soccer players, most basketball players, most baseball players, when they go to the gym, they do more cardio and less weight training. So it's probably, I would say, a very good 60% of cardio and 40% of weight training. That's how you become lean. Now, lean is by far the best look to have if you're going to physically sexually attract women. It doesn't matter if it's a black woman, a white woman, a Latino woman, an Asian woman. You're not like the Incredible Hulk, okay? You're not like the Mighty Thor. You would be somebody like Tony Stark, Iron Man, for an example. He looks big when he puts on the armor. In these Avenger films, in the Iron Man movies, he looks bigger, he looks stronger, he looks faster, and then when he takes the armor off, he just looks miniature small. So lean doesn't mean you're weak and you're puny by any means. It means you are big, you are strong, you are fast, you are athletic, and lean is also how you get your six-pack abs. And you also have to watch what you eat and what you drink. The reason why most men that are fat and out of shape could never get six pack abs is because a lot of us eat too much fast food, we drink too many sodas, we drink too much juice with sugar in it, and that contributes to type 1 or type 2 diabetes. And then your Love Jones, your package. I made a YouTube video about women love men's big package. I have to be PG because I don't want YouTube to like, hey kid, you can't say that on camera. So I have to say package. I have to say your Love Jones. Well, then your package began to suffer. So yeah, lean, I would say 99.99% accurately is the best look if you're going to physically, sexually attract women. A lot of basketball players, baseball players, soccer players, even some track stars, even some tennis players are lean. Usually they're between 175 pounds to 185, maybe 190, 210 pounds if you're lucky. That's the lean look. You're not too big and you're not too over the top. You're big, you're strong, you're powerful, but you're not too big. That's what lean is. You put on some muscle, some definition. A good prime example of this, if you look at Dragon Ball Z, most of the time you see Goku has a lean look, right? Until he transforms into a Super Saiyan and he looks all big and buff, which I'll get to the video much later. But Vegeta always looks lean. If you look at Vegeta, he doesn't always look all big and buff. Vegeta, the character Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, he has a lean look where he's in shape, and when he does take his shirt off, yeah, he looks big, he looks buff, he is strong, he is powerful, but it's a lean look. That is the most popular look ever. You go to Venice Beach right here in Los Angeles, California, and you ask most people what they prefer: lean, ripped, jacked, or buff. About 99.999% of the time they're going to say, I prefer to be lean. You ever ask yourself why you see so many bodybuilders and weightlifters and powerlifters, after being big for about 10 years or 15 years, all of a sudden they drop 20, 30 pounds and all of a sudden they just look lean, right? Because that's by far the best look if you're going to physically, sexually attract women when you go to the gym. That's lean is by far the best look. You look at those men fitness magazines, you don't see no buff guy be called sexiest man. You see a guy that's lean. Now, for the second stage of fitness, if you can't achieve lean, we call this one ripped. Ripped is another way of saying you've gotten bigger, you've gotten stronger, you've gotten faster, you've gotten more athletic. You're doing 50% weight training and 50% cardio. So you're trying to have a balance. When they say ripped, they mean you have a balance of cardio and weight training. You're not doing too much cardio, you're not doing too much weight training. You might mix it in. 1 minute you're playing basketball, the next minute you might go swim in the swimming pool. The next minute you're doing cardio, the next minute you're doing weight training. The next minute you're probably working on your back, the next minute or the next day you're doing your legs. So you're doing 50% cardio, 50% weight training. So it's a balance. And usually you have the six pack with the bulging biceps. So when they say ripped, that's what they mean when they say ripped. And a lot of guys do the ripped look. That is the second best look that can physically, sexually attract 80 to 85% of women. Most women prefer number one being lean, number two being ripped. Now number three is what we call the jacked look. He's jacked, like he's big. Like he's not the Incredible Hulk big, but he's like Thor, where he's got bigger arms, bigger biceps, his chest is out, he has six-pack abs, he has a buff muscle, and basically he's just jacked as hell. And if you walk up on him in an alley, or you walk up on him at the bar, you probably gonna get your ass whooped. Probably gonna get knocked out unconscious, broke arm or a broke leg. Perfect example of jacked if you look at comic books. Marvel, DC, like Wolverine, he's short but he's jacked. borderline being buff. So it's like if you go to McDonald's, there's small, there's medium, there's large, and then there's super sized. Think of Jack as the stage before you get too big, meaning you might be between 200 to maybe 225, maybe 230 pounds of definition with muscle. And when people say this guy's jacked, what they're trying to say is this guy looked like he could do boxing, he could do wrestling, he could do bodybuilding, weightlifting, he could play basketball or football. The guy can kick your ass. So when they say jacked, they mean he can kick your ass. Now, as for Jack, that look, you could probably physically, sexually attract some females, but the problem with that is it's borderline being too fucking big. I mean, you can probably get some Latino women or some white women that might like the look, but by the end of the day, that's borderline being way too fucking big, close to being a fucking Hulk size. That's usually the problem with jacked. The only way you get away with being jacked is if you incorporate something with your fitness. So that'd probably be worst case scenario. That'd probably be the third option women would choose. Now for the buff look, being buff, as in the Incredible Hulk big, is usually the most famous and most iconic look of all time. You've seen it in movies, television shows, comic books, video games, and you see a lot of bodybuilders with this look. Now, you could probably get some girls with this look, but don't be bitching or complaining when you get some fat girls looking at you like you're a superhero from the comic book, and I've already made a video about that, explaining what the hell happens. This look is if you're gonna play football. To be honest, if you play football, if you do boxing, mixed martial arts, then you'll be putting on between 20 to 40, maybe 50 pounds of muscle, and then you're so hugely big. Now, it is true, women do want their men to be bigger and stronger and faster, but there's a such thing of being too big. And most men believe if they're buff, all women like it, which don't be surprised. I would probably say a very good 60 out of 80% of women wouldn't mind you being buff until you get complaints you're just too damn big. Like your muscles are too big, you're too damn big. And if you're like between 5'10" to maybe 6'4" buff, don't be surprised if some girls complain you're just too damn big. And then you might have to drop 10, 15, 20 damn pounds because there are some girls, don't get me wrong. I think Asian women, Korean women, Chinese, Japanese women, they don't mind you being big. I mean, trust me, they don't. But, some white women and some black women and some Latino women might go, I want a man in shape, but I don't know if I want my boyfriend to be the Incredible Hulk and shit. I don't want my man trying to be Godzilla and shit. So the buff look, if you're trying to put on weight, let's say you get your ass whooped in a street fight and you try to put on weight. Some people can put on weight very good, and then some people don't do very good when they put on weight. Some people lose weight good, and some people just don't look good when they lose weight. So sometimes being buff, it has its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages. And this look, this only appeals to probably a small percentage of females, maybe 20, 30% of the time, maybe 40% of the time. Being buff might get you some attention. And then the bigger you get, the more intimidating you are to a lot of people. And that could kind of hurt your chances of getting some phone numbers from girls. Why the guy who's not too big gets more phone numbers than you do because he has a lean look. So lean is number one, ripped is number two, jacked is number three, which is just borderline of being too damn big. And buff is you're just big. A prime example of that is if you just look at Dragon Ball Z when Broly goes through his transformation. If it's the old Broly or the new Broly, those are prime examples of you're too big, you're too buff. And like I said, maybe a small percentage, like maybe 40% of women, I like the buff look. And 60% of women, it's like, nah, he too damn big. And you'll hear some women tell you that's too damn big. And these are the 4 looks. Reason why I don't put fat in the video is because don't know women like men that are fat. Now, unless you're rich and famous, or you got your own business, then you can be fat. But yeah, these are the 4 looks that can help you get women's attention, and you now know what's number 1. It's the lean look. It's the most hardest look to attain in fitness. Second hardest look to attain is the ripped look, and which seems to be the easiest look to get is the jack look, which is just borderline being too big, and buff is it's too damn big. So I'm trying to make this video not too long, not too short. Till then, peace.